Last week has more than an arson investigation on his hands. People living in another building he owns say it is riddled with safety violations. Kathy Hobbs joins us now with more. Kathy.
And Jim, some residents in Dumbo, Brooklyn bought into what they thought was a high-quality luxury condo building, some paying around $1 million for their loft apartments. But a year and a half later, they've hired an attorney and are preparing to file suit against a man whose name has been in the news a lot lately. 1 week ago today, when the biggest fire since 9/11 tore through this Greenpoint, Brooklyn warehouse, reaching 10 alarms, elsewhere in Brooklyn, residents at this Dumbo condominium building were paying especially close attention. That's because Joshua Gutman, the owner of the burned warehouse, is also the developer who won't return their calls or fix anything in what residents say are the poorly built apartments he sold them.
The building is a travesty, and we have been the victims of a horrible fraud.
Michael Fagan and his wife among 58 condo owners who say since they moved into 50 Bridge Street, the former textile factory has been plagued with problems.
I've been doing this a lot of years. This is the worst building I've ever seen. This building was put together incompetently.
Residents have hired prominent real estate attorney Adam Bailey to deal with issues condo owner Suzanne Serha says started with the first rainfall and a leaking roof.
Every major rainfall, we get an indoor waterfall, basically, because this entire ridge here leaks, so everything gathers in the center and goes all the way down.
Literally, water comes into your apartment?
Yes, we have to cover the entire floor with plastic and buckets.
The Brooklyn artist and her husband, like many who bought apartments here, attracted to the spacious lofts and open floor plans. But they say as more people moved in, more problems.
Conversations and when they're walking in the staircase, if they're brushing their teeth, when they open and close doors, it's really, you can hear everything.
You can hear someone brushing their teeth?
Yeah.
Big, beautiful condo, and when I go to the bathroom, I can hear my neighbor sneeze.
Their attorney showing us the source of their sound issues.
This is all the insulation in the wall. Insulation is supposed to be covering the entire place. Instead, in order to pass building inspection, they just put a piece of it in.
Inside the walls, just a layer of sheetrock separates apartments in violation of code. Apartments have bathroom and kitchen vents that vent between apartments instead of to the outside. This independent engineering report obtained by WB11 determining, quote, the ventilation system at 50 Bridge Street is non-functional. And then there are penthouse apartments like this one, constructed on top of the roof of the original warehouse, literally. Below the hardwood floor of this sixth-floor apartment, plywood built on top of the former roof, the only support. The engineering report determining the sixth-floor construction is unstable and in violation of NYC Building Code regulations.
So you put together the lack of ventilation, the fire, the incredible fire hazard, the complete absence of any insulation on top of a horrible building where the floor could fall in. It seems like medieval times.
These poor homeowners have bought a lemon that needs to be fixed.
We're just looking to get the thing repaired. It's really all we want. You know, we love the area, but the building's a big problem.
When we asked the buildings department under what circumstances a certificate of occupancy was issued, they released a statement that says in part, quote, to properly evaluate this situation, we must review the plans that were filed for the initial alteration of 50 Bridge Street and conduct a site visit to determine if conditions have changed since the work was completed several years ago. It is also especially worth noting we placed numerous calls to Manhattan attorney Israel Goldberg, who represents developer Joshua Gutman. Our phone calls were not returned. Kite.
Wow, fascinating story. Thank you, Kathy. To Money Matters now. The game console wars have begun.